I think we can all say that, Ollie. I think I'm pretty safe in saying that. Good evening, guys. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Is everything working okay? Andy, how's it going? I noticed from Steam that you've just logged in. It's great when people are playing along as well as watching. Absolutely awesome. Good to see you guys. And comments on your hey Alex, how you doing, mate? Just comment on what you think of FM24 so far. You guys have been probably playing it a lot. I've been playing it a lot. We had a late night last night. We've had a transfer window to go through here at Middlesbrough. I've got the West Ham save. Yep, my beta save is going to be with West Ham. And I did West Ham last year as a beta save. And it was fairly easy. There were some very good players at West Ham last year, but we've lost most of them. We've lost Scamacca, lost Declan Rice, of course, lost Vlasic. There's so many of them gone, and it's been an absolute disaster so far. Absolutely, Jones, I believe, and Ollie, I believe the gameplay is so much better. I just love it to bits. The game seems to run smoother. Somebody did mention that once you put a skin on, maybe it will run a bit slower, and that's very possible. And yeah, set pieces look better. I don't know how much input we have on it yet. I haven't done a deep dive into it yet. But it is nice to see some different kinds of set pieces, like passes across the box or passes in between players behind the wall. It's good to see just now and again a little bit of a different type of set piece, even if it's from the opposition. It's still nice to see, rather than just lumping the ball into the box all the time. So yeah, definite improvement. Set pieces, I would say. I'm really enjoying the game at the moment. Okay, so what skin are you using, Ollie? I didn't actually know that skins would be out so soon. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Jones. I think the game does feel very different this year. Tactically, I still haven't worked it out yet. I haven't had time to do, again, a deep dive into the tactics. In my West Ham save, I've got a new system working off this, where we've made it a 4-2-3-1, and then we've got you've got your libero and the inverted wing back, so creating a back three, and then we'll be able to push the volante forward. So yeah, I think it will be. I'm looking forward to creating all kinds of different stuff with it. I'm sticking with this with Middlesbrough. It's what they know, and we're going to start with the low block. We've done a couple of transfers. We've still got one waiting to come in, who's a goalkeeper. He's just a backup, he wants to be, but I think he's probably going to turn out to be better than the current goalkeeper that we have. 27 years old. He's got a four-star rating according to the coaches. Waiting for him to make his mind up. But it was a fairly busy transfer window, not all that huge. But we have done a little bit of business. Some players have gone out. Of note, just looking for the players who have gone. None, and that's green. Let's go to this year. Dick Steele went out. Ivan Azon, I sold him because I'd brought in a new striker, and he was having issues with me about playing time. So I decided I wanted to sell him, but he refused to leave, and I hired an intermediary to sell him, and it was really easy to sell him. I just went to the transfer room, put him up for sale, and then a couple of intermediaries came to me, said we can do a deal with him for tomorrow. Within a couple of days, he was gone. 24.5 million. So I like the intermediaries. They do a really nice job. So hopefully it will be as easy to sell all your players that way. That will make the game a lot better. So Dick Steele went, Azon went, Duarte went out to Burnley. He wasn't getting much gameplay in the first team. We brought a few players in. El Younessi we know about, and then we started with Lucas Nemecha. He's a striker. He is 26 years old. Brought him in because Azon just wasn't doing the job for me, and decided to invest in a striker. He looks pretty decent. He's not going to set the world on fire by anyone's stretch of the imagination, but he'll do a good job as and when. And then brought in my old friend Amadozic. And he came in from Sheffield Wednesday, 16.75 million. He's a different player to the one that I had in Burnley. He looks like a much more complete player. And he is probably going to do a very decent job for me. I've always liked Amadozic. Hey, Sean, good to see you, mate. Thanks for popping along. Is it worth hiring? Yeah, I mean, I've absolutely loved the intermediaries. I've sold 3 players with intermediaries. Matt Clark, who was refusing to leave. Azon, as you know, went out with an intermediary, and there was one other. I love the way they get the job done within a couple of days. And long may that continue. I mean, I just found that if you go to you want to sell them, and go to transfer. If you go to offer via the transfer room, suddenly all these intermediaries will come forward and start wanting to sell your player for you, and they do it very quickly. Whether or not that will toughen up in the years to come, I don't know, probably. But at the moment, I think they just want you to use it, and so they're helping this year for you to get players out. It'll probably get tougher as the years develop. But at the moment, I like it. If I want to sell someone, I just go straight to the intermediaries. Much easier. And then, so Amadozic came in, and then we've brought in Marcus Antonio. He came in for 14.25 from Lazio. He's a DLP. Looks like a decent player, will do a decent job for us. These players are not world beaters, but they're all we can afford, really. But he looks good enough. He's a good first touch, good technique, good work rate, anticipates very well, and he can tackle a mark, and that's what I want from a DLP. So probably a good signing, maybe not. 20.5 million for Tino Livramento. He came in, and it's probably the signing of the window. He's a very, very good fullback, of course, and I really want big things from him. I'll not be very impressed with him if he doesn't do the business. 21 million for a fullback, but hopefully he'll do the business. Can also play as the winger if necessary. So I think a pretty good purchase. And then the last one through the door was Salvatore Esposito, come in from Spezia, and he's cost 10 mil near enough. I think he's got good mentals. That's what I always look for when you're early in the Premier League. Good mentals and good physicals. Doesn't matter about the technicals so much, but he also has pretty decent technicals. They're not great, but I think he's a decent player. Probably use him as a centre mid on attack, a centre mid on support. That's probably where I see him having the most impact. Again, he can tackle and he can mark, and that's really important for the 2 players that we have in midfield. So here we go. The problem that I have with that, trying to sell a player, yeah, I mean, I've seen intermediaries coming to me as well, Andy, and that's good. I mean, just like you hire them, everybody else is going to be hiring them, and you'll get notifications. I've had about 3 or 4 of them. Rejected all of them, but they might provide me with something one day. Ollie, I very much doubt it, because What I'm concerned about is copyright strikes. If I was playing on my own, I would have the whole lot. I'd have all the mods installed. But when you're actually putting your stuff out on YouTube, then you have to be very, very careful. You only get 3 copyright strikes. Probably it's just not worth the risk. Because if you can get those 3, bang, 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 one after another with 3 different videos, and then you're done. And they'll shut the channel down. So it's just not worth the risk. So don't upset YouTube. They'll play along, but if you upset them in that way, they can shut you down in a heartbeat. I'd love to have all the mods installed, but it's just not worth the risk. In terms of attributes, what would you say is a good League One level? Again, it's all, Sean, it's about mentals and physicals at that level. Forget the technical attributes, because you're just not going to get them. But if they've got decent mentals, and if we look at a Premier League player, for example, one of these we've just brought in, and we look at the mentals again, where were we? So someone like Esposito, it's his mentals that make him a good player. So you've got, that's a Premier League, decent Premier League player's mentals, and he will do a very good job. So League One, take 3 off there, take 3 off each of those, and you're probably looking at a very, very good player. League One, probably you were looking at physicals more than mentals, but technicals are neither here nor there for League One. Physicals, I would say, you want for League One. Decent mentals, and forget the technicals. As you become a better championship team and a better Premier League team especially, you're going to start looking at mentals. And when the mentals are very high, they generally will have good physicals and good mentals with it. So technicals, last thing I would look at. Only when I'm 4 seasons in, 5 seasons into the Prem. Always mentals for championship and for your early days in the Prem. That's the way I've always played it, and I don't know, it seems to work. So we got to play Brentford today. I don't really know how to play against Brentford. I don't quite know what to expect. They are a good team, and Tony is injured though, which is good news. I'm just wondering about their pace. They've had a good pre-season. We always have a good pre-season. Everybody seems to have a good pre-season. But they are fit. Good teamwork, good work rate. It means they're going to press us. They tackle hard. They're going to press us quite a lot. Doesn't say anything about pace. Doesn't say anything particularly about dribbling, but they're quite creative. So we need to make sure that we're closing them down. But I do worry about them pressing us. And so I think I'm gonna start with the low block, and I'm just going to use a standard line to begin with, and just back off from them a little bit and just try to work them out. And hopefully we'll get the result that we want to begin with. That's the hope. Our team today, we got Junior, Livramento, Niakate, Amadozic, Williams, Marcus Antonio, Bohinan, Jones, Ruiz Asprilla, and Arezzo. So many names still from last season making their debuts are Marcus Antonio, Livramento, and Amadozic. We do have, unfortunately, Hayden Hackney, who's out injured. He's going to be out probably for at least another 2 weeks. I would say he's going to be out for longer than that. 10 days to 4 weeks. I'd say before he's properly fit, another 4 weeks. Losing Hackney wasn't the greatest thing that could happen. Once Esposito, but Esposito's only just come in the last few days, so I don't think we'll do that. again, he wants to. I can see what he's trying to do. He wants to play with the old guard before bringing in Amadozic. I tend to think let's get Amadozic up and running. Push higher up. Interesting. Concede fewer goals. Okay, we'll do that. We'll start with a high line. Because of their lack of pace, we'll push up a little bit. He's probably got a point. And I just want to check the opposition. I don't want to leave it to close him down left foot. I'll take charge of this year. Rico Henry, right foot, and I don't need to close him down. So there's an error. And then, who is this guy? He's got decent passing and vision. He's got a bit of flair, not too much though. I think we should close him down. Just close him down, that'll be enough. And then Lewis Cook is the creative bit in midfield, so we'll type mark him. Hey Robert, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Josh De Silva, how are you finding the new beta, Robert? Did you get it yet? Enjoying it? I'm absolutely loving it. I am. I can't help it. He's got plenty of creativity with him. Again, we need to tight mark him, and I think probably on his right foot. Probably need to tight mark him right foot. Yeah, I haven't really. I mean, have you done a deep dive? Are you doing it all yourself, Robert? I haven't had time to get into it yet. So many videos I've had to get up, and I'll find an hour one day where I can just relax and just go and have a look at set pieces and take charge of them. I'm at the moment just leaving it to my set piece takers, and they're getting me some really good results. I've scored some really nice goals. If I took charge of it, would I do any better? Who knows? But would be worth comparing me against the set piece coach, me organising all the players and him doing it, and then seeing who comes out best. I'm willing to bet he comes out best. So at the moment, I'm just leaving it to him, and he seems to be doing a very good job. James, my friend, how are you? How's you doing today? What was I doing here? Mbuemo. I don't know if I want to do anything with him. Just right foot. Just right foot. I don't want to hard tackle him. He's a bit too strong for that. Damsgaard, he can be hard tackled. And left foot. I think from what I've noticed when I've been playing, AI managers are quite smart, and it is harder, it is tougher to win games. Just my little opinion at this point in time. I'm having to work harder to win games. If I just leave it run, I haven't got a hope. So he should be left foot. So I think that the AI managers are a little bit smarter. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But they do seem to me to be a little bit smarter. What do you guys think? Do you think games are harder to win? Is it just the same? Let's get the sound off. And what did I want to be matching to? Yeah, let's put that on. Why not? It's quite pretty. And yeah, let's say to them our home form is very important. I'm going to start with the low block, and we'll just see what happens from there. Played mostly in pre-season with the high press, and it was a very good pre-season. Strange thing happened to me today when I was playing through pre-season for the West Ham save starting tomorrow, and I lost to the reserves. In the first game, West Ham were beaten 3-1 by West Ham reserves. I thought, oh my God, this bodes well for the season ahead. I agree, James. I think they're a lot harder now. The bugs that they fix. No, you can carry on, Robert. Just carry on with your save. The bugs won't affect what's going on. And already it looks like we're under the cosh here from Brentford. Oh my lord! I mean, it just looks so much better. The ball flies through the air so much better, and some of my players are going to be flying through the air in a minute if they don't get a grip with what's going on here. I don't think it's a great team we've put together. I didn't have the money to build a great team at this point. I think it's a solid team, and I think if one by one you bring in a couple of players next year and a couple of players the next year after, that's how you build it up, and then they'll start winning trophies. But this is promising. Crossing is so much better. I mean, the way that ball arced over to the far post was just like beautiful. And look, what's wrong with it? Go and celebrate, son. He's like, oi, what's this about? Checking goal? Goal awarded, thank you. And, I mean, that was just an awesome... the flight to the ball... I mean, that's gorgeous. And what a header by Arezzo. I mean, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, let's look at it again. Fantastic. Oh, he's only just onside. What a good goal that was. So we have taken the lead, and we have come back into the game. But Brentford are still giving us a game here. And possession-wise, it's very, very even, but shots on target-wise, we're ahead. Here's set piece, and we have Amadozic has made it 2-0. Oh boy, what a start. But I think, yeah, I know. Can you imagine? I like watching that. And I always watch the friendlies because I like to see how the team are doing together. Imagine watching that and losing 3-1 to your reserves. I'm like, what is going on here? It's like, good Lord. So we are 2-0 up here. The low block was the right thing to do at the end of the day. I'm a bit concerned about Brentford coming into the game, although they're not getting many shots off, and those they are not on target. Kind of suggests that we've got them shooting from range, but their XG is creeping up, and they are coming back into the game. So this is like AI managers are a bit smarter, and so I've got to try and figure out what they are doing. But that's a good block. That's a really good block. Who was that? I think it was Amadozic again. I will definitely, absolutely, Andy. I will need, I think, yeah, coming out of hospital, I hope they're going to give me oxygen. Oh, my Lord. I just love this. It's just absolutely beautiful. It looks really realistic, and I'm having a blast at the moment. And so are you, Andy, because every time I log into Steam, I get this message that AVJ Taylor is currently online playing. So I'm getting this message. I think you're having a blast, Andy, as well. So you're playing more than I am. I'm very happy. No, I don't want... so I want them to focus. Ooh, let's upset those boys. But let's say... I'm happy with your solid defensive work. 6.8, 6.7, you weren't that bad. And I'm going to say, I thought you really made a difference today up top. And so I don't want to change anything yet, because it does look like we're still controlling the game, despite the fact that Brentford have mixed things up a little bit. They are like coming at us, and maybe I need to change something. They're creating chances. We were good early on, but we're not very good at the moment. And that's a bit of a worry. We're letting them come back into the game. But we are passing it around nicely. But that wasn't a very good pass. I think I need Ruiz to run at this defender. So I'm going to tell... Oh, he already is on dribble more, of course. Because I want him to run at the defender. But it looks like we're coming back into the game. Oh, what a lovely pass. Arezzo! 3-0. That boy is going to be one good forward. He didn't have a good season last year, but oh boy, he's going to be a good forward. Well, it looks like we've made a good solid start. It's good that my tactics have transferred over to 24 as well. But I'm loving this gameplay. I just think it's absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. So, we haven't created as much as Brentford, but we've been much more clinical. Their XG is better than ours, but we've been really clinical in front of goal. Let's make some changes, shall we? Oh boy. The players playing well, we don't want to bother. Oh, Unessi can come on here. Marcus Antonio. Pico or Esposito. Let's give Esposito his debut. We're 3-0 up. He can come on now. Aspria. They're not even tired, which is just quite funny. Pico can come on for Bohinen. And time to maybe rest Livramento. Let's bring Twanzebe on here. And everybody else is playing really well. So let's give Nemecha a debut as well. So we can bring on some players, give them a debut. I think we're fairly safe at 3-0. I can't see specifically mark him. Amadozic can do that. Yep. That's been a pretty good start, I would say. We just want to keep a clean sheet now. And we'll finish this match day in third in the Premier League. If we can get another one, we could go top. And that would be quite interesting. But 3-0, I'll take 3-0. Even though we haven't really been the better team in terms of chance creation. But my set-piece coach, he's doing a wonderful job there. Yeah, we've done that. We've told Amadozic to mark him. I think my drink doesn't help with my excitement. I'm drinking orange juice and aspirin. So I'm not quite sure that's the best combination. But I'm told I have to do it. Plus it probably does raise my blood pressure a little bit. And again, could we get a fourth? It'd be lovely if we can get a fourth. Really announce to the Prem we're going to have a season. They all look to be playing well to me. They're not super great, but they're solid. And that's a lovely pass. There's another goal. 4-0 deflection. I think that's an own goal. Yeah. And like everything is so cool. It's like deflections are awesome. Sometimes I think the ball rebounds off the bar and the goalkeeper way too quick. Sometimes it comes off the bar and zips over here. So sometimes there's a few tweaks they got to make, but in the main, it's absolutely brilliant. And we don't want Brentford to score. Thank you very much. That's enough highlights now, FM. That's enough. We don't need any more. 4-0 will be an absolutely brilliant start to the season. 50% shots on target, good XG. Our XG is actually only 1.56. We've way outscored our XG. Some very nice performances there. Well done, lads. That was a really good win for us, and we've got off to a very good start. And we are top of the league after game week 1. And, well, that's a good start, I'd say. I would say a very good start. Pre-season wasn't spectacular, as you can see. But there were a couple of good wins. Austria, Vienna, Genk. Those were tough games, but we won them very comfortably. Luckily, we didn't lose to our reserves in this save. We do have, talking of West Ham, we do have to play West Ham now. And that'll be a tough game, especially as we need to rest these boys because it's on Wednesday. So we want to give them a rest because I really don't want to change the team at this point. I think that's my first team. Wants to be getting more playing time. He did come to me last time, and then he said he's changed his mind. Didn't want to talk to me, so let's just go straight to him. And yeah, I think he's going to do the same. Yeah, he does this from time to time, Akbom. He just like has these concerns, and I go straight to him, and he says, "Oh, it's okay, boss. No problem. No problem." So, get a grip of yourself, boy. And yeah, Arezzo did have a super game. Amadozic, good. And Daniel Ruiz, 2 assists. It was a very good game. Thought you were at your creative best. I want to go to Arezzo. 2 goals from Arezzo. And I want to go and praise his last game. Sometimes I miss doing that. What did Amadozic... What was his... he got an 8. He deserves praising. Oh, no, it's not that one. Oh, last game. Was that there? Yeah, praise last game. Really pleased. So just keep morale up. I sometimes forget that the more than one player plays well in a game, and I forget to praise everybody except for the one who the assistant highlights. But we've got off to a good start. Look at that, top of the league. Mind you, Crystal Palace are second. Very early days yet. And we still have a few days left in the transfer window. And I've got like 4.8 million, but I don't have any transfer budget to play with. I'm like 40,000 over. And I can't adjust it yet. Yeah, because they've only just recently been adjusted. But once I take that 40,000, I'm going to be left with about 2 mil. I don't see myself doing any more business in this transfer window. We just have to go with what we've got now. One thing I might is the amount of games that end 7. You did this last time, James. And you beat Bayern Munich 7-4 or something, didn't you? It could be your tactic, yeah. Could be your tactic. Jones, yeah. I mean, I'm loving that too. This is an FM23 save that we were doing just to pass time at the end of 23. And so I just thought, okay, let's do this live and do the European season. Live. And so bringing over 23 is absolutely brilliant. Love it. He's of course he's the old Middlesbrough boy, isn't he, Johnson? I'm quite prepared until I get to know this a little bit better. I'm quite prepared for him to do that business. One day, when I get ahead in terms of the videos, I just want to sit down for an afternoon and break all these things down. James, you know me, I'm too scared to go into negative on my transfer budget. I wouldn't have done that in FM23. I'm not going to do it this time. I found a bug. Oh, right. Okay, there's going to be stuff. I dare say there's going to be a lot of stuff that people find. And no, I'm not going to change the team at all. I like the way they played, and so don't change a winning team. Niakate. I think, what was that? I wanted to give you an update on the current player targets and promises. Did I set promises? Achieve an average rating of 7.2. And oh yeah, I did. I told him if he gets an average rating of 7.2, he'll be kept on as vice captain, because I told him I didn't want him to be vice captain anymore. And what is his current... he hasn't played yet, so it's probably not going to be... it's probably not going to matter. He's probably going to want to be sold in January. Aston Villa 2, Chelsea 5. So Chelsea have gone above us. But we're still only a goal behind them in terms of goal difference. Twanzarbi set for a move to Juventus. Not, according to me, he's not. 9.25 million. It's not worth it. Lozano, let's loan them. I don't like doing this, especially with Europe. There's no need to go upsetting players. They're going to have plenty of playing time. If we weren't in Europe, we'd have to do something about it. But and our goalkeeper is coming in as well. Twanzebe is fit. And we'll save. And the reason that I save it is because I can remember back to that time where it crashed. And the whole live stream was lost. And that was terrible, that was. Oh boy. West Ham. This will be tricky. And we did do well from set pieces last time, so why not play for set pieces? Oh, they brought in Kyle Walker, did they? Interesting. Just turn him onto his left foot. I don't know who he is, but he's pacey, so we'll turn him onto his right foot. Souček. No pace. He's not the greatest passer in the world. Close him down. And El Neni. Again, he's not the greatest passer in the world. Good ball winner, though. But just close him down, I think. Paqueta. Very creative. So we need to tight mark him. Tight mark him and right foot. Gibbs White. Again, he's the creative fulcrum playing in here. Probably need to tight mark him too. And hard tackle him. And then Vlasic, who I don't have anymore in the current West Ham save. I think that will be quite good as well. It started frustrating me already. I think the games are going to be much harder to win. I think we got given a nice easy intro in this one. We'll just hard tackle him and left foot. Mark Zuma with a catch, James. He'll get distracted. Nightmare. Kurt Zuma, yeah. Maybe somebody needs to go hard on Kurt Zuma. But he's too strong and brave. There's no point in asking my forward to go hard on him. And then Dembele. Again, he's pacey, isn't he? West Ham have got a bunch of pace, haven't they? Left foot, I think. They are very pacey. So does that affect what I'm going to do? We've already got a standard line. And I think the low block is the right thing to do. And I don't feel inclined to change the team. I think we go with what was successful last time. And we see what happens. So has anybody finished a season yet? Because you guys go faster than me. I'm doing like 3 saves all at the same time and tutorials, doing thumbnails and all sorts of stuff. Has anybody gone through a season or 2 seasons yet? Get out there. Pick up where you left off. I miss the days where I could go through a couple of seasons in a week. When I was just playing for playing the game, and also I miss sometimes you feel like you don't want to play anymore, and when you're doing YouTube you've got to play. But when I was before YouTube, I could just take a couple of days off and not do anything. James has finished 1, the Man United rebuild. So that was 1 season, James, or more than 1 season. And how did you get on? I'm willing to bet. I mean, you are good at this game, James. So I'm willing to bet that you won that. You won the league quite comfortably. That would be what I think. But here come West Ham. This is not going great. West Ham have taken the lead. Ah, dear. That's not awesome. Why can't West Ham play like this for me in my other save? This is just not acceptable. Bringing Dembele in was a good move for them. But I think we need to get more at them. They're just taking us apart at the moment. So I'm going to go to the high press. Let's get further up the pitch. See if we can't... You got 4th. Well, I suppose that's pretty good. Especially with Man United. That's actually really good with Man United. At the moment in real life, they look like a relegation team. I'm actually doing that with West Ham, James. So you're kind of like stuck with the transfers that have already been done. But with West Ham, I still had 56 million to spend. So that was a bit of a bonus. I've only spent some of it. I've brought it. I don't want to give too many secrets away. West Ham are absolutely tearing us apart here. What is going on, boys? What is going on? Let's push the line up. That's obviously what it needs. West Ham are a good team. But we are doing really badly. Is it going to be one of those seasons, win 1, lose 1? Looks like it. We've got to start attacking them a little bit more. Got to try and get back into this game. We just grabbed some of the match momentum. And we have had a few shots, nothing to write home about. But we've got to get back into this game. It might be that I have to go to the Brazilian at half-time. Because this, again, is not making any inroads. Got the match momentum. But we're not adding to this at all. Maybe a good telling off at half-time might do the trick. Maguire stayed. That probably upset you then. He's actually, in real life, he's actually not playing too bad. He's one of the better players this season. Fernandes is annoying me at the moment. Fernandes is like giving me nightmares. Just like this Middlesbrough team. Look at Livramento, 6.4. How much money did I spend for you? Lewis Jr., 6.5. All the defence are playing badly. That's a lines issue. So now we've pushed the lines up, maybe it might be a bit better. But it's all West Ham at the moment. They're much the better team. Okay, it's time to go to the Brazilian style. We've got to do something, because this is not good enough. 6.5 for the goalkeeper, 6.4. Terrible. 6.5 for Niakate. Let's bring Fry in there. Livramento. Twanzebe. No, Manquillo actually can come in there. Bohinen 6.5. Charles Pickle. Isaiah Jones is dreadful. Daniel Ruiz is not much better, and Marcus Antonio's not much better. So let's give him a shout as well now and demand more. They've been pretty poor today, has to be said. And we've tried all kinds of different styles, but it doesn't seem to have made much difference. It's all West Ham. And maybe West Ham are going to be a very, very good team this year. I actually haven't looked at where we're predicted to finish. I think the board want us to finish in mid-table. But I think that's a tall order, especially when we're playing our first season in Europe. I think it's a tall order, that. I'll be happy with 12th, something like that. Asprilla now is very tired. Akbom can come on for Asprilla. Did they have a goalkeeper rating for outfield players? How do you mean a goalkeeper rating for outfield players? Well, the goalkeeper rating like 6.4 as he is here. Yeah, they did, yeah. Oh, we've got one back, have we? Oh no, referee, please no. Are we still going to be the offside team? We're getting offside goals time. And that looked okay to me. Unless he was offside here. Nope, the goal's awarded. It looked okay to me. Where was he? Here he was looking at offside, was he? There. Well, that was a good substitution, bringing Akpom on. He does want more playing time, Akpom, but it's difficult with Asprilla in the team to give him the time. What have we done here? We've given away a free kick. Oh, my lord. Oh, come on, Akpom. Get on that before it goes out. Nice one. Look for support. Oh boy, he was a bit isolated, fair dues. Still 12 minutes left. We can still get an equaliser here. Oh, how did that stay out? I thought we'd done it then for a minute. If I scout a player in 24, gives a number for how capable they are. Oh, though that rating. Yeah, I think they did in FM23. I think I do remember. What's this about? What's that supposed to show me? I think I do remember that. Well, we've given it a good go, I suppose, with the Brazilian style. Did bring us back into the game. But it's not to be. We have suffered our first defeat of the season. It would have been nice to win, but it wasn't to be. I'll go along with that. We came back from 2 down. We changed the system, but it wasn't enough. I need to have a look at where we're predicted to finish. Squad. Oh, God. The squad feels it's lacking quality squad depth. Well, what do you want me to do about it? You're the players. Not happy with your management of the team. Several players for the squad is lacking sufficient quality. Ugh. Right, what's going on here? What are they saying? Some of the players feel the squad lacks sufficient quality depth in the goalkeeping department. I've just brought one in. What is the matter with them? I'll be looking to delve into the transfer market. And one of you might have to be sold in order to make it happen. And I think that was very productive. I've just brought a goalkeeper in. What is the matter with them? I didn't register him though, did I? So where's that goalkeeper who just came in? Where's he gone? He's supposed to be my backup. He should be in the reserves. Where's that goalkeeper gone? He's not in the... He just came in, didn't he? Colne. Yeah, here he... Oh, and he's waiting on his work permit. So they couldn't wait until Colne gets his work permit, I guess. And then I think we've got 2 pretty good goalkeepers and 1 not so good. I think that's pretty good. But if they perform anymore, I'll sell one of them. Offer them your hands. Yeah, oh, James, I should have thought of that. I should have told them I've got a lovely steak pie in the fridge. And they would have absolutely loved that. See, you're so much smarter than I am. I'm like, yeah, I could have told them that. How about a lifelong supply of Cornish pasties, boys? This is sometimes like, do the squad really do that with the manager in real life? Do they really go to the manager and say, look, boss, we need to upgrade our fullbacks? Because they're going to upset the fullbacks that you've already got in the squad. And in that meeting were the goalkeepers. They're just like saying, hey, come on, these 2 yobs over here sitting over there, they're not good enough, boss. So would that really happen in real life? I don't know. Lozano is reputed to become a very good player, I think. I don't really want to sell him. I think we should hold on to him. He's accepted it though, is he? Oh, it's a loan. I thought he was going to sell. No, don't have a problem with him going out on loan. Asprilla could become better. Start showing it, Asprilla. Lozano is going to be a good player. I know about Lozano. Crystal Palace, what are they like? Oh, rubbish. We should be beating Crystal Palace. So we are going to go to the high press against Palace. We should be beating them. Oh, Lenihan doesn't seem himself at the moment. How many centre-backs have I got? Niakate, Twanzebe, Amadou. Yeah, I think I'll sell him. Let's just tell him I've given it some thought. No. I think it'd probably be better if I let you go permanently. Okay, I'll look to sell you as soon as I can. I don't want any stroppy people here. So let's put him on the transfer. Let's list him. Transfer listed. There's a lot of teams actually looking at him. So we'll just go to... Oh, there's no offer to clubs anymore. I have to go to the transfer room, don't I? So we'll offer him via the transfer room. There should be plenty of people in the transfer room. So with a bit of luck, as before, we'll get a couple of offers in. So it's like... There should be a couple of intermediaries coming in very soon. No, nothing's come in. So that's quite strange. It's the first time I haven't had offers. Man United didn't offer for Andre. I don't need any more midfielders. That's quite interesting that we haven't had... So, but if we can't sell him, we can't sell him. Either way, I'm not unhappy. Might be able to get another goalkeeper in if we if we can sell him, which would be very handy. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. Brandon Williams, Daniel Louis. He says, like, have you tried talking and doing this at the same time? Multitasking was never my forte. I said, like, one thing at a time. Let's make a list. Do one thing. I'm talking on the phone and doing something. It's really difficult. And this is quite hard as well. And I've absolutely lost the plot now. I've no idea what I'm doing. I think we're criticising here. And Chuba Akpom, that's Chuba Akpom, wants to be a first team player, and then he gives this kind of training performance. Not acceptable. One will be unjust. The agent. The next game is what is the next game? Crystal Palace away. We should win that. I should be feeling fairly confident of beating Crystal Palace. And then Leicester. So 2 games we should win. Cone has come in now. We've got a new goalkeeper, boys. And let's see what the fans make of him. I think he looks tidy. Unsure, but keen to see what he can offer. I think he looks decent. And it's what I think that counts. And there we go. Fry has dropped the concern over lack of sufficient quality in depth. Oh, boys, oh, boys, oh, boys, oh, boys. Who'd be a football manager? Who would be a football manager? Not me, that's for sure. I think we just did the squad registration, so we'll register him. We've now got 25 in the squad. He is happy to stay following our recent signings. See, if you just wait, have a little bit of faith, boys. Eze and Elise, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Let's go and have a look. Players, Eze and Elise. Yeah, we definitely need to take them out of the game in some way. You're absolutely right. We need to win this, but we got another away game, which is quite interesting. Let's do that. Although I might bring Junior back in, because I'm not sure that he should be straight into the team after a day. At least have a look. He does seem to be better than Junior. Niakate, Williams, Esposito, Jones, Espria, Ruiz, Arezzo. I think that's a decent team. But he's probably messed up my bench now. So I need to be careful about the bench. Twanzebe on the right. He will have all the fullbacks. He'll have the fullbacks on the bench. Or a winger on the bench. And then whichever one it is will play really badly. So I need a left back. Manquillo can play left back. Who's my left back then? Oh yeah, that's okay. So Manquillo, and I'm going to bring Amadozic in and put Niakate, not Nemecha, Niakate in here. Deal Fry, and then we'll have Pico. Who's the other? Marcus Antonio. For Lenihan. Akpom, Nemecha. I wonder if I should give Nemecha a start and put Arezzo on the wing. That would be a good plan. We'll put Arezzo on the wing. We'll try it that way. They're both very strong. I think so. Maybe some strong players to mark. Both of my midfielders should be able to deal with them. So I need to go and do the opposition stuff. They are tired, so that doesn't help them. Singo, although that's never helped me in the past. Left foot, that's all. Just put him onto his left foot. Mitchell, right foot. They're quite pacey, aren't they? Right foot. Decore can pass a ball. Tight mark him. And Will Hughes is probably a ball winner, isn't he? Yeah, but close him down. And Jordan Henderson, another ball winning type player, box to box kind of player, I guess. We'll just close him down and put him onto his left foot. And Olise. He's not that. He's got bags of flair and good. Yeah, well, let's tight mark Olise. Tight mark him and hard tackle him. He's also very tired. Zaha. Close him down. Close him down. Hard tackle him. Left foot. And Edward. Who's the other one? Olise and Eze. Eze's not playing, is he? Must be absolutely exhausted. Zaha, I think, given his long shot, will hard tackle him and close him down. You want to tight mark him? Well, why not? I've got boys who can do that. Go out there and impress me. Good call, assistant. Good call. Go out there and impress me. We really need to be winning this game. Defeat will not be acceptable. Yeah, we'll just see how we go pressing them. They're not fresh. They're not. I hear what you're saying, and we are going to play possession football. So we'll see if we can't run them around. I want to play high tempo to begin with because they are so tired, and I don't want us hanging on to the ball too much. But I hear what you're saying, James. Especially as they have started the better team. They aren't a very good football team, and we should be winning this game. Unless FM decides to throw a wobbly on me, we should be winning this game. But it's all Palace at the moment, and they've scored. And that's not what I was expecting. So I'm going to slow it all down. Let's slow it all down. We'll go into a low block and see if we can't claw our way back into it. And I always, against tired teams, I never do very well against teams that are exhausted. Never. It's one of the bugbears that I have about this game. Yeah, okay, we've seen this many times now. And I just, for some reason, don't know why, I cannot play well against teams who are exhausted. It doesn't make any sense to me. I am going to go slightly wider. Try to create space. And give these boys a shout. That was the worst possible start. But yeah, if the passing isn't good enough, then there's not much I can do. It's all a bit of a shambles. It really is looking like a shambles. Oh, he's miles offside. Yeah, the flag's gone up. It's miles offside. So this isn't working either. Maybe I should have just rotated the team. Maybe that's what the problem is. Put all the reserves in. But this isn't working either. Yeah, okay. 3 times is a little bit extreme. We know he was miles offside. I don't know what to do here. We'll just give it 10 more minutes. And then I'm going into the Brazilian because we're just not creating anything again. Nothing at all. The midfield is shocking. And again, the whole defence is absolutely terrible. So that's lines. So we're going to go at them. Just going to play attacking football now. Push the lines right up. Play wider. Try and create space. But nothing is happening. And after that really good start, it's all fallen apart here. And we should be whipping Crystal Palace, who are an absolutely exhausted team. And you've been terrible. Absolutely dreadful. Look at this. 6.3, 6.5. All of them. Every single one. Maybe I should have rotated. That's just really poor. And I don't know why I can't get strikers to play well for me anymore. I used to be able to get strikers to score at will. But now I can't get strikers to score anymore. And it's not like they know how I'm playing. This is a brand new save. So that can't be blamed. Oh, come on, pass it around. Let's get going here, boys. They look lethargic. Look really lethargic. Let's berate them. They just don't look like they're up for it. Got to make wholesale changes here. Well, that would be 2 bad days at... No, it's not an ideal start. It is not an ideal start. It was a brilliant start, winning the first game 4-0, but we sometimes it's just inexplainable. And look at that. These players are just not up for it. So they've got to come off. We got to do some subs now. They are just not up for it. Niakate is dreadful. It's getting caught on the ball all the time. Amadozic is quite dreadful as well. Niakate is going to have to come in for Amadozic. Oh boy. Maybe I shouldn't be playing Amadozic. Esposito's on a 6.6. Isaiah Jones on a 6.4. He should be playing better. Arezzo 6.5. These are the boys. Let's bring Jones on. Swap those over. And 6.3 Asprilla. Akpom can come in here. Let's who's this? Brandon Williams. I don't have another striker on the bench. Oh, this is an absolute nightmare at the moment. Absolute nightmare. We're just not creating anything either. It's just static. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Crystal Palace, a team we should be thrashing. This is a really bad day at the office. Come on, boys. Let's try and get a draw. Akpom. Come on. You want to be a first team player? Oh, goodness me. That's why you're not a first team player. Let's see if we can't get things from set pieces. Ugh. It's just not going to be our day, is it? It's not going to be our day. Let's push these fullbacks up a bit. Nothing seems to be happening. Just petering out into nothing. We've had all the play in the second half. We're just dreadful. We're just dreadful. Oh, for goodness sake. 21 million he's cost for FM to go and injure him. Marvellous. Couldn't be a worse day at the office, that one. I would have targeted that for 3 points. But we've come out of it with nothing. Oh, nothing seems to be working at the moment. I don't know. We're just going to have to sit and wait until it does start working. How many minutes? 6 minutes. But nothing's happening. Oh, sometimes this game makes you want to cry, doesn't it? Crystal Palace, ha ha ha. Unlucky. We should have won that game. It's disgraceful. So now we are down to 9th. And soon, if we don't win soon, we'll be down in the relegation zone. 5 to 6 weeks. Akpom injured as well. Well, we have to rotate now. We'll lose 2 on the trot. We have to rotate for the next game. This team is terrible at the moment. Yeah, you see, the joining Nottingham Forest, or so we'll take the 4 mil. The intermediary has come up with the goods already. I like using the intermediaries. No, it's unfortunate. I think the problem was I didn't rotate, James. We lost the previous game, and I should have rotated the team, and I didn't. So, nothing unlucky about it. But poor management, basically. I should have rotated, and it's time to rotate now. Some of these boys are playing really badly. Where's the last 5? Livramento has to come out anyway. So Twanzebe can come in there. Niakate is having an absolute nightmare. And so is Amadozic. So maybe Lenihan can play his last game for the club. He's on the up. Brandon Williams, terrible. Terrible. So maybe it's time to give Manquillo a game there. But Manquillo's not playing very well either. Maybe Niakate can go in as the left back. Try him as the left back. Esposito is not playing very well. Pickle can come in. And Bohinen. I need Hackney back. Actually, put Bohinen in as the DLP, and Pickle can play as the centre mid. Aspria is getting very, very poor. Akpom can come in for Aspria. Arezo Ruiz. Well, that's rotated a little bit. Isaiah Jones is very poor as well at the moment. So let's bring Force in. Give Force a game. Can't do any worse, that's what I say. We got to rotate this team. We've got to try and do something here. James, sometimes you've got to rotate the team, and yeah, I do take responsibility for that. It's easy to say, oh, got FM'd and all that, but you've got to look at your role in it. I know it hurts all the time. It really hurts because I want to win every game. But when I make an error, I've got to put my hands up. They were not playing well. We could see that they were not. Oh, both my new signings. Now he's out for 7 weeks. Come on, FM. One thing's for sure, in 24 injuries have got worse. Injuries have got really bad. That's both my best new signings out for 2 months. Fantastic. Thank you, FM. He's come from an intermediary, so somebody's trying to sell him. He's a good player. 15 mil. I don't have 15 mil. Unfortunately. And I think maybe it's time for Junior to actually step down. He has been taken out. I've got Colne in. Because Junior has made mistakes in both games. Both the last 2 games. So time for him. No, it's I tell you what, Andy, I've said it. Anybody who says this game is easy, it's not easy. It's going to take some working out. It took me 9 months to work out FM23, and then FM23 after 8 or 9 months became the easiest thing. This is going to take some time to work out, but what I do know is defending is harder. So we're going to have to figure out. Hey, very polite, how you doing? UTB. What's that? So it's going to take some figuring out. I think it's hard to defend in this game. They've worked a lot on attacking tactics. Why have we been awarded? We have qualified for the UEFA Champions League phase. We're in the Champions League? I thought we were in the Europa League. We are, we're in the Champions League. You're having a laugh. We must finishing 5th. We must have been promoted to the Champions League. What? Oh, that makes the season even worse. We could be in a relegation battle. Oh boy. That actually makes things a lot worse. Oh boy, I'm not looking forward to this now. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, well, very polite. It was 3 seasons. I thought we'd got them to the Conference League. We finished 5th. And I thought, not the Conference, the Europa League. I was very happy with that. But it looks like we've been promoted to the Champions League. It's taken 3 seasons, that all. And when I go back to, if we look at this, polite, and we go back to last season, our results are terrible. I think the results are absolutely dreadful all the way through the season. And yet we finished in 5th. Look at all this. It's terrible. That was a good run that we had. But everything else is like dreadful. Even at the end, it's dreadful. And we've somehow managed to finish in 5th. So I don't know how. That's not happening. Don't ask me how we got there. James is probably right. I do tend to sometimes slip referees a few quid. But I just honestly, if you'd watched the save, you'd have seen me say I don't understand the game. It was doing its own thing, and even though we were losing, we were still up there in 5th. I don't understand it. Niakate wants to move. Let's put a price on him then. He's not that great. What would it take? There's nothing you can offer. He's not very happy then. Let's put a. We'll put a price. What price did we put on him? I don't know what I did there. But he wants to leave. There's nothing I can do. What price did I put on him? 10.7. I hate this when I'm having now to look for a centre back. That's horrible. Let's draw all teams. Tottenham away. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Let's just hope Manchester United don't come back. I hate that because now I've got like less than 3 days and I've got to find a centre back. And I don't know. Continues to leave. Okay. There's no need to be that mean. But this is a game we have to win now, Nottingham Forest. And if we don't, I might as well resign. It's like, that would be really bad. But we've come from behind before. What am I talking about? Oh, that's way in the future. Leicester. Again, we've got to start with the high press. Let him go with it. I'll go with that. We'll just check his bench. 8.75, that's not enough. He's probably going to get a strop on again. 1 to 6 days. Another injury. FM is relentless. It's still, in terms of injuries, it's relentless. I'll be running out of defenders very soon. I'm not going to criticise anybody this week. How can Twanzebe be training badly? He's injured. Like, what? He hasn't been to training. Oh, did he come on crutches? Maybe that's why he's not training so well. Or is he better? I don't know. Is he better? Twanzebe. Yeah, he's better. Williams now is now injured though. So Niakate will have to come in as the fullback. And Amadozic can come in instead of Williams. Williams can be on the bench. What's he done? Injured. So that's the only bench that I've got. I'm going to play the low block. Just to be on the safe side. Go Brazilian and go for the jugular. Shall I do that, James? Will you take full responsibility, James? Let's do it then. Let's do it. This is a very high line. It's a very risky tactic, this one. But I'm willing to go with James's call here. Ooh, look at that. 6-1. We need the points here. Come on, FM. We need the points. No, I'm not doing that. Play for set pieces, why not? And let's just go for it. The team are encouraged. I mean, if we can get an early couple of goals, then I can change things around when the AI manager... We're sick and tired. I need a strong defence today. Oh, if I wasn't losing so much, I'd be enjoying this game. But unfortunately, I'm losing, and it's taking the pleasure away from how good the game looks. So we are going to go. We are going to keep him, and his contract isn't up for a while. You could just wait it out. Yeah, true, James. Yeah. But why keep an unhappy player? If we get 10 million for him, I could probably get another central defender in. I don't know. We'll see how it pans out. He didn't come. I can't remember, though, the figure that I told him. I'm losing my mind. Now, come on, boys. We have to have a win here. At least score some goals. Lose 5-4 or something like James, like is happening to James. Let's score some goals. Oh boy, it doesn't look very good, does it? penalty. It's not happening, is it? Oh. I'm really confused. Have we got another Burnley on our hands here where they just can't win for toffee? And it's going to take till November until they get a win. Because if you remember in that season, we won the first game of that season as well. And then we just lost every game afterwards until November. Is that what's happening here? Because it doesn't seem to matter which system that I actually use. It just doesn't matter. And we are home here, and we're just like one shot, none on target. It's just useless. Useless. I mean, we're dominating possession again, but we're just not creating anything. It's weird. Esprit has taken a knock. Just not creating anything. Giving the ball away. Are they saying the team are not familiar with each other? Is that what it's saying? Can't pass, can't score, not creating anything. Well, there's one back. I take everything back. I think this team is really good. I think they look very sharp together. I take everything back. But no, they don't look good. They just don't look... It's all scrappy. Maybe it is familiarity. Thank goodness for a Rezo. Maybe, James. Oh boy. What are we going to do to get out of this rut? I mean, they are playing a low block. You can see they're playing a low block. But what's interesting about them is they seem to be passing the ball around. Esprit has taken a knock now, has he? Oh, lordy, lordy. I thought Esprit had been substituted off. Akpom needs to come on. That'll cost Esprit a longer injury now. This is not good though. Although if we can get a point here, it isn't good enough. Because it isn't good enough. But they're just, I think it's a gelling thing. We've brought in 7 players and they're just saying, no, they're not gelled together yet. But I find that difficult because, like, everybody else is bringing in players. Why is it just we are not gelling? Come on, boys. Let's get another one. Oh, what was that? That was terrible. Who was that? That was like outrageously bad. If I could remember who that was, he'd be dropped. Chance. Oh, come on, Arezzo. Well, we are the better team. We're clearly the better team. But we just can't create enough at the moment. Or score enough. Anybody tired? Yeah, Bohinen is tired. Bohinen is very tired. Pickle can come on. Yeah, see, never ever let your assistant do your bench, because he's tired now and not playing very well. And he hasn't put anybody on the bench. I'd always have 2 midfielders on the bench, but he hasn't done it. And he's got Oh, God knows what he's put on the bench. Goalkeeper, the new goalkeeper, 6.6. Terrible. Antonio, 6.6. 6.6 Ruiz. Arezzo can come down there. Who has he got? Nemecha can come here. Chuba Akpom, 6.6. Dreadful. Dreadful. Oh, he's already come on as a sub, hasn't he? Akpom, I can't take him off. I have no idea what has he done here. Niakate. Let's go with those. Come on, boys. Let's give him a shout, because that'll make me feel better. Can be the most frustrating game in the world, but when things start going well for you, yeah, it is familiarity, isn't it? They're just not looking. Oh, Arezzo. Thank goodness for Arezzo. What would I do without Arezzo? Oh, boy. Oh, we needed that 3 points. We desperately needed that 3 points. Well done, Arezzo. Oh, I was getting tired. Let's change the other fullback. The other fullback as we look to close the game down now. In fact, what I'll do is switch him over. And I'm not going to give any ground to Leicester either. They're not really causing us too many problems. Having said that, oi, why are we on 4 points? That should read 6 points. Now it is time to go into the low block to shut the game down. Let's close the game down now. Hopefully 3 points in the bag. Ah, there you go. Now we're up to 8th. Premier League is really strange in FM because if you haven't got many points, it still doesn't seem to hurt you too much. That's a good win. That is a good win. Well, hard fought, but a good win. Nice work, everyone. That was good. Just keep saying your team won't score. Yeah, that's a good point. Just keep telling them that they're awful, which they are at the moment. And it is because they haven't gelled properly. And you could see by the fact they were just getting in each other's way. And it just wasn't looking right. But 3 points is 3 points. 3 to 5 days. Goalkeeper didn't play very well. But Arezzo, thank goodness for Arezzo. Prefers Arezzo to who? Immobile? Who's he? I prefer Arezzo to Immobile. Who have we got next? When did this draw take place as well for the Champions League? It's totally left me behind us. And what am I doing all the way up here? So Chelsea, Atletico Bilbao, Man City, Tottenham, and Nottingham Forest. Oh my good lord. Oh boy. This is going to be a hard season. And then a Monaco, Man United, Arsenal, Bayern. Oh no, Newcastle. I think we'll be lucky to finish outside the relegation zone. And these seasons, your first season in Europe is always one of the toughest things that you can do. Google just made me randomly sign in again. Oh, kidding. Yeah, we did win it. We won it by 2-1, James. You did make the right call in the end. Went to go behind and we came back to win 2-1. We desperately needed those 6 points. We need to go through the transfer window now to see what happens. I need to line up a centre-back. Because if I don't, and we lose Niakate, have I got anyone on the short list? DM. Just my luck, there's no centre-backs. He's 10.5. Superb signing. It's 10.5 mil. We could afford it. We'd do it in stages. We could afford that. Lazur is an option. Good marking, good tackling, good in the air, good mentals, strong. He's an option. If Niakate decides to leave. So we're currently in 10th. I suppose that's not a bad place to be when you're in your first season in Europe. Although the fun and games are yet to start. Newcastle chasing Niakate. Oh, I'd take 16.5 for him. Lenihan transfer saga is ongoing. Decline all press nonsense. I'm not interested in the press because they talk a load of old rubbish. Let's just get through this transfer window and see where we are then. Yeah, we are interested, but just back off a little. Back off. Give me a little bit of breathing space here. 10.5. If we get 16.5 for Niakate, we're coming in. Don't you worry about it. But if Niakate isn't sold, I haven't got any money, mate. So you're barking up the wrong tree. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, so he looks like a good player to me, James. Just from his attributes, he looks like the kind of guy that I would look for. So I'm almost be happy now to sell Niakate if I can bring him in. He's interested. I mean, should I make an offer for him now? In anticipation that Niakate will go. Niakate wants to go. Should I make an offer for him now? The only problem is I don't know how much they're going to come in for Niakate. Oh, don't bother me. If somebody comes in, Lenihan is already sold. Don't know what the fuss is. But nothing seems to be happening with Niakate now. Offers for Niakate. Yeah, Juventus. That is not enough. It's not enough. I want it up front. What's it like? This is going to be very, very tense. How many hours are left? 14 hours, 13 now. Barcelona for Andre, not interested in that one. And nothing going on there. Don't want anything to do with the press. Niakate has been now finalized his deal. What? What? I said no. That's a glitch. I definitely said no to that. Oh boy, now this makes it difficult. Now I can't afford... What was his name? What was his name? Let's go back, find out. Soleil, wasn't it? Can't afford him now. Ah, where's that email? Who the heck was his name? That's him. Soleil. 10.5 million. So I've only got 6 million. Only got 6 mil. $7 million. So how much transfer? Oh, I got plenty of transfer. So I could put 7 mil up front for him. Let's go and make a bid for him then. Where is he? Soleil, he's the boy. So let's make an offer. Let's go to 7 mil. Well, let's go 6.75. And then let's make it worth a while. And we'll go 3 installments and 5 mil. Let's see how they like that. Oh, they don't like it at all. Oh, maybe we're going to be a centre-back short, which will be really, really bad. Thank you very much, FM. Rejected the £13 million offer. We've gone for that. Wow. Okay. But at least we can afford it. Lenihan is going out as well because he's another centre-back who's going. Soleil incredibly interested. He's probably going to be more than... I don't want to argue with him. Let's just drop it down a little bit. Finalise the deal and let's get this over the line. So I've lost 2 centre-backs and 1 has come in. But I don't mind losing Lenihan. But... Got anything nice, Jane? Oh, apple pie. You boys are just winding me up now. You're just got like, where's my apple pie, James? Oh, I don't want to talk to the... Who's this one? I don't want to talk to him. Don't want to talk to him. Don't want to talk to him. I'm just now waiting on Soleil coming in. Soleil granted a work permit. Set to sign for Middlesbrough. Accept. Finances. Sign Soleil. He's a good player, but we are a little bit weakened now, which is good news. Boy, I'm not too happy. Not too happy at the moment. And let's register him. I definitely, though, did not accept the 5 point... I'm not in Wales. That'd be a wasted journey, James. I'm in Woking. I'm nowhere near Wales. That's only where I'm from. So how much money have I got now? I've still got 1.5 million, but I don't have any wage budget. Let's not think about buying anybody else. Job is secure. Fans are happy. Well, they should be after getting them to 5th last year. The fans should be very, very happy. There should be no doubt about their happiness. We've just got off to a bad start, that's all. That's life. Fans can suck it up. Once the players play together a bit more, second half of the season will be good. No, we're not looking at signing anybody now. 5 hours to go. Job done, I would say. A bit disappointed with Niakate just wanting to take off like that. But that's life. Who'd be a football manager, eh? Football team, Jimmy. I've been a Manchester United supporter for my sins since I was about 5 years old. But I kind of like have lost the passion over the years. As I've got older, I kind of like just enjoy football now. I of course like it. If United could win something, I'd love it. But now I'm just kind of like enjoying football. I love to see good football. I watched Aston Villa and West Ham today. Aston Villa played really well. I'll watch anybody and appreciate good football. And I love the big games in the Premier League. I've just got much more of an open mind now. I've lost the passion that I had. And I just love football. And anybody who serves up good football, I'll enjoy it. So, yeah, it still would be nice to see Manchester United put a team together, though. They're dreadful at the moment. But one day we'll come back. But it's no big deal to me anymore because I can just enjoy football. And that's what's really important to me, rather than getting too involved that I can't see the wood for the trees. So, yeah, and maybe it happens to everybody as they get older. You get less passionate about things. And, yeah, James, I watched Villa today, and they were really good, I have to admit. Watkins is a very underrated player, in my opinion. Doesn't score too many, but he's a very good player. Yeah, and I guess that's what I am, Jonathan, now, is very much a student of the game. And I wouldn't even say a student of the game. I can make analysis of teams, but I just love to see good football. On the other hand, I don't like boring matches. But for me, it's just a pleasant experience to watch good football. It doesn't matter who's playing it. So yeah, that's me in a nutshell in terms of football. Leicester fan, Jimmy. Like, just following. Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for having a favourite team. I mean, I remember when Leicester won the Prem, I was loving what Leicester were doing. I think most of the country were. And it was so much fun. And I guess that if you're not too attached, too fanatical for your own team, then you can appreciate things like that. And I've always been an underdog. I've always rooted for the underdog. And I love it when underdogs do well. Douglas Luiz, James, is coming into my fantasy team. And oh yeah, boys, I have gone top of the Fantasy Football League, the Old Man Phil Fantasy Football League. First time. And game week 9, I've gone top now. And that is awesome. I got a good haul of points because I've made Salah captain this week, not Haaland. And that was a good call. So, no, it's not a fix, Andy. It's perfectly merited and deserved. Salah was captain this week, double points. Haaland failed. And that's what's made the difference. I've also gone top in my other league, which I'm in as well. So good week in the fantasy. Well, we've survived the transfer window. I think, have we? Has it finished? Yep, it's finished. And I guess that's a good time to call it a night for tonight. And don't forget my apple pie, James. I will expect that in the post very shortly. What's that food delivery? Just Eat. I'm sure they will be. They'll be bringing it round very shortly. Have the police around again. Do they do deliveries as well, James? The police now deliver apple pie? It's very decent of them. So if they do knock on the door, I'll be asking them, are you come to give me the apple pie? It's like, okay. Anyway, how did we get onto that? Enjoy your apple pie there, James. I have just got sandwiches for tonight. And I have a nice cup of tea, some sandwiches. Just a little question. Did you start supporting United in the era of the Holy Trinity? I supported United when I was 5 years old. That's going back 60 years. If you can work that out, your maths is better than mine. 60 years ago would have been 1964 when I started supporting Man United. I've seen them go through everything. It was 25 years before we won a trophy. We got relegated by West Ham in that. And I remember it was Dennis Law, the ex-United player, who relegated us. Then we came back up. And nothing was going very well. 25 years. And then we started to put players together. It was tough for a while, and then Ferguson came along and everything changed. And Dennis Law. I was too young to really appreciate the European Cup. But I remember my dad watching it, but I was a bit too young, I think, to actually appreciate it. By the time I got to really supporting them and being part of what I felt, I kind of it had all gone by then. But yeah, George Best, I remember Dennis Law, Bobby Charlton. I remember all those boys playing. Nobby Stiles. I remember those days. In fact, I think sometimes football was better in the old days. In the days when you were allowed to tackle and players didn't fall over and just roll on the ground looking like they're going to die when they've just had their hair stroked. So I sometimes think I hanker back for the old days where you could tackle. It's interesting, I was watching some pundit today who said, the modern game is very, very difficult because you've just got to foul twice and you'll get sent off in the modern game. And that's silly, really. I can remember, Norman Bites Your Legs and or Billy Bremner and Chopper Harris. Imagine them. They'd never be on the field 5 minutes in the modern game. It's just no. Jack Charlton, as well as a dirty bugger, they wouldn't be on the field more than 5 minutes in the modern game. But yeah, football is what it is at the moment. I would like to see some tackling introduced again and players being a bit braver than they actually are. But that's just me. I think the players play. Yeah, I know, Jimmy. I do as well. I think sometimes it's all to do with cameras and money and cheating, and there's no need for it. Just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and just carry on. They wouldn't have survived in the old days. But then the old players, as I said, wouldn't have been on the pitch 2 minutes because it's just 2 fouls and you're off these days. And it doesn't seem right to me. But hey-ho, you still do get some really good games, and Villa today was a very good game. Although I didn't like how West Ham played. They weren't very good. Yep. Thanks, guys, for popping in. Really good. I really enjoy these. I say it every time. This this is the best part of doing an FM YouTube channel for me. Just coming in here. I mean, I really don't care whether I win, lose or draw. It's just more about the chat. And yeah, you guys input into the tactics as James did tonight. And together we get through it somehow, which we did with Burnley. And hopefully now we will with Middlesbrough. So I'll call it a night for tonight. Thanks for coming in, guys. Love to see you here. And I'll be back on Tuesday and we'll start that horrible run of fixtures that we've got coming up and see what happens. We'll see you on Tuesday, boys. Good night. Enjoy your pies and we'll see you soon.